Welcome back to another video talking about the final order cutoff for indie comics. This week we've got one that I'm going to talk about on Lunar because I missed talking about it on the Diamond final order cutoff because I think that was the week I did not get to do final order cutoff due to the holidays. And a bunch of things from Diamond. Lots of #1 indie comics to talk about this week. And a bunch more that I'm not even going to get to talk about because I am not pulling them, but they look good too. There's a lot of cool things, so be sure to go check out the full list of comics that are on Final Order Cutoff this week. You can go to the Previews World website, go to Catalog and Final Orders Due, and that will get you to the page of everything that is on Cutoff. Make sure you tell your shops about the books that you want before this Sunday for Lunar or Monday for Diamond so that they can order them. Pre-orders are so important for shops because then they know what to get and put on the shelves and what's going to sell. If they don't get those pre-orders in, they may not order a book, they may not order enough of a book, and so you may not get the book that you want to pick up. So that's why I talk about this every week. Let's start talking about these. So the one from Lunar is going to be one from Scout Comics, and it is And We Love You. It is a one-shot from Fell Hound, who we just had on the channel last night. So if you did not catch that interview, please go check it out. It was a ton of fun, and this is such a very emotional story, and let me just tell you what it's about. In the throes of a violent dystopian war, a young soldier perishes on the battlefield and begins to bleed out all of her memories. Mixing heart-wrenching emotions with stunningly gripping visuals, this is the tale of one woman's life, death, and the love which transcends both. This is essentially a prequel to Commander Rao, also by Fell Hound. And if you read them together, it's just this beautiful, highly emotional story. But Commander Rao doesn't even need to be read with this. This stands alone, this connection between the two characters here. And I gotta say, a lot of comics don't get me tearing up. They get me happy, excited, scared, things like that. But it takes a lot in a comic to really build up that emotional connection, and Fellhound just nails it in both of these comics. And so if you want something that's probably going to make you cry, And We Love You is the perfect comic to pick up, but it is beautiful, and just pick it up. Tell your shop you want to get it. There is also a 1 in 10 unlockable variant from Skylar Partridge, which is really cool, but the main cover I'm showing here is by Angela Wu, which is also fantastic. Coming into what we got on the Previews World website, this one isn't on my pull list, but I thought was really cool sounding as well, and it is from Dark Horse Comics. It's Where Monsters Lie, #1 from Kyle Starks and Peter Kowalski. Haven't you always wondered what slasher monsters, the masked home invasion family, the mindless unkillable monster, the serial killer trapped in a doll, what they do for those couple of years in between their murder sprees? They're at Wilmhurst, a gated community in the middle of nowhere where they relax, or try to, until they get the call to go out and kill again. Connor Hayes survived his first slasher in summer camp. A handful of years later, he barely escaped a psychopath who built torture puzzles for his victims. Since then, he's been training and planning for running into these creatures again. He's a respected special agent, and now he knows where the monsters lie, and he's planning for war. Latest creator-owned series from I Hate This Place's Kyle Starks. And then that's the only one really. Like there's a couple image books that have #1s, but they aren't ones I'm picking up. So again, go check out the website, check out some of these other ones. But going to the comics and graphics novel section where most of my reading actually happens anyways. And we've got this exciting new one from AWA. We have Black Tape #1 from Dan Panosian and Dalibor Talajic on the art. Ives Forcina on the colors. This just looks phenomenal. They've put out previews for this, and I am hooked. I want to get this right now. Jack King was a rock and roll god who projected A stage persona on par with the devil. After Jack dies on the stage, his widow Cindy grapples with grief and struggles to protect his legacy, unaware that she is being surrounded by dark forces that covet the master tapes to Jack's final unreleased album, a heavy metal masterpiece that just might open a doorway to hell. I don't know what else you need to know about this book besides that, but heavy metal, demons, doorway to hell. Let's do this. Black Tape #1. I'm excited. One that I just read this week, really loved, was Children of the Black Sun, and issue #2 is on Final Order Cutoff now. That is written by Dario Ciccio with art by the House of Slaughter artist Letizia Cardanici. It is not difficult to be happy under a blue sky, but it takes a lot of courage to be strong, even under a black sun. With the anniversary of the Black Sun looming, the children born during these events begin to gravitate towards each other. Will this lead to an understanding of who they truly are or a rejection of their very nature? Meanwhile, a darkness begins to take hold of some of the citizens of Bright Vale. I love the mystery and intrigue that we're getting about what effects the Black Sun has had on these children that were born under those effects, or were, I guess, created under the effects of the Black Sun. And this is a really cool one from Ablaze. Probably my favorite. I would say my favorite since what was it? It was Animal Castle. So good one to pick up if you're looking for a newer one from Ablaze. Go pick up issue 1 that just came out and tell your shop you want to get #2. And then going over to something else from Scout Comics, this one on the Diamond ordering is Kilchella issue 3 of 4 from Mario Candelaria and Serge Acuna. What should have been the festival weekend of a lifetime is now turned into a nightmare as Blair and her friends find themselves in the middle of a massacre orchestrated by crazed pop star Topanga Cornell and her most psychotic fans who will do anything. #for her love. Issue 2 hasn't hit shelves yet. It should be coming up in the next week or two. But issue 1 was phenomenal. That was a 9 out of 10 read, I believe, for me. Can't remember exactly, but I think that was my rating. I have the review over on youpromisemecomics.com. You can check that out down in the bio or description on here. That'll take you over to it. Another one from Scout Comics on the Diamond FOC is Oswald and the Star Chaser #1 of 6 from Tommy Kulik, Tyler Villano Marone, and Tom Hoskison. Torn from his training after King Feck usurped the throne, Space Knight Oswald Bredders embarks on a quest to save the Starlands. As headstrong as he is, even Oswald knows he can't restore his fallen kingdom alone. So he searches for his childhood heroes to bolster his ranks. With the watchful eye of King Feck omnipresent, Oswald luckily runs into all-star help. The mysterious mercenary Star Chaser joins his cause, but can she really be trusted? It all starts here, the adventure of a lifetime at the edge of space. Sounds like a mix of fantasy and sci-fi going on here. Seems like a really cool story. And another one from Scout that's on the list this week. Going over to one from Mad Cave Studios, we've got Tales from Nottingham #1. That's right, Nottingham is back. This time it's like an anthology series of things going on in the Nottingham world. And the first issue, of course, has to be started by the creators themselves, David Hazan and Shane Connery-Volk. Tales from Nottingham explores untold stories from the twisted universe of Nottingham, including the secret origins of Robin Hood and the Merrymen, Marion's violent past, Aya of the Hashashin's first kill, and an ordeal that will shake Friar Tuck to his core. Never-before-seen mysteries confront Everard Blackthorne, the Sheriff of Nottingham, culminating in an investigation that will lead directly into the climactic events of Nottingham Volume 3. This anthology reunites Nottingham series creators David Hazan and Shane Connery-Volk while bringing diverse new talent into the world of Nottingham, including Eisner and GLAAD-nominated writer Magdalene Visaggio. Also including that is Damien Becton, someone we've had on the channel twice to talk about his Kickstarters for Worlds Away, which phenomenal comic that he's got coming through crowdfunding. And so he was one of the Mad Cave writing contest winners, talent search winners, there we go, in the past. And that is what got him connected into this book. But phenomenal writer, and I can't wait to see what he does in the world of Nottingham with his issue. Last on the list is one from Whatnot Comics, Whatnot Publishing. We've got The Exiled #1 of 6. This one's on here for two reasons. One, co-written, or idea at least, by Wesley Snipes. Also writing credits to Keith Arem and Adam Lawson. Two, the artist Esquivo. Fantastic artist. I'm glad he is getting recognition for his work now and getting to do this. The third reason, though, is a little bit of disappointment in that I had backed this on Kickstarter prior to it being associated with Whatnot, and I'm not going to get it until June or July, according to their most recent update. But this is coming out February 8th to the direct market. So when I back something on Kickstarter, I really think I should be getting it prior to it going anywhere else. That seems to be the correct way to handle things, but this is getting pushed to direct market first, and so that's not really great. I'm not picking this up individual issues. For that reason, I am waiting. I already paid for it, so I'm not buying it again. Guess that's my view on it. I don't know if you guys backed this on Kickstarter also. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole situation, but I'm not too happy that that's happening. I feel like Whatnot should not have been able to release it until after they fulfilled their Kickstarter campaign. But this was one of their 4 launch books, and the last of the 4 launch books. But either way, I think it's gonna be a great story, great art. I'm excited about the story, but I'm not excited about the way the release is happening here. But that was the last one on the list. I think if you hadn't heard about this book, you'll probably want to pick it up, just knowing Wesley Snipes is involved. It's a genre-bending sci-fi noir described as Seven meets Blade Runner, and The Exiled's following hardboiled detective Niles Roach Washington as he pursues a serial killer who is using mysterious ancient tools to rip the spines from his victims. When forces outside and within the police department attempt to discredit him for his theories, Roach's instincts keep pushing him forward. With enemies on all sides, Roach wades deeper into the conspiracy and uncovers a secret 5,000 years in the making. Plot sounds cool. Story sounds cool. Art's looking awesome. Just release is what I'm not a fan of. But that is it. That's the last one. So thank you guys for watching. If you made it here, aren't subscribed, go hit that button down below. Hit the bell notification button so you know when dropping new content, when we go live for interviews with creators, etc. And drop a comment below. Let me know, are you looking forward to any of these books that I talked about on here? And as always, collect what you love. See you next time.